For the second time in 3 Formula One races, Ferrari lacked the race pace not only to challenge Max Verstappen and Red Bull, but was also challenged by Mercedes, despite performing strongly in qualifying. Speaking after the Dutch Grand Prix, team principal Mattia Binotto described the lack of pace in the last 3 races as the main concern, with Ferrari now having gone 5 events without a victory. Although Ferrari missed out on pole position both in Hungary and the Netherlands, it had the pace to top qualifying on both occasions. Setting aside Spa, where Red Bull had a crushing advantage, Ferrari's single lap pace has been significantly stronger than that of its race runs, with tire degradation proving to be a problem. It's 3 races in a row that we don't have the pace on Sunday, and I think Zandvoort was quite a parallel to Hungary, said Binotto. This weekend, we had a good qualifying and we are being competitive. But then in the race, we are not competitive enough. And that makes life a lot more difficult, not only because we cannot fight for the win with Max, but because then we do not have the pace to keep Mercedes behind. It's now 3 races where we have not produced what should be our potential and what we have proved to have as the potential of the car since the start of the season. And that's something that we need to address as soon as possible, because there are a few races left. We still are looking for victories and our intention is to try to win every race, and that includes Monza. We need to react in Monza with our tifosi there after COVID will be important for us, because they will certainly cheer for us and boost us as a team, which right now we need. What Ferrari needs to understand now is whether the failure to extract the potential reflects not making the most of the package it has, or lies in not fulfilling its development potential in recent months. Prior to its current 5-race win drought, Ferrari won at Silverstone and the Red Bull Ring, the latter primarily thanks to better tire management than Verstappen and Red Bull. Asked whether the failure to produce its potential lay in using the performance that's in the car or in the way it has been upgraded, Binotto was equivocal. "Honestly, I don't know," said Binotto. "I think it's something which we need to look at reviewing. Is it the car itself which is not fast enough? Is it the car balance which is more difficult and tricky? It may be on the single lap you can run fast, but then in a race you lose confidence and you do not have the right feeling in the car. So I don't know the answer, but certainly the experience of the race give us some more data to analyze because we need to react." Carlos Sainz felt that overworking the rear tires and an unpredictable rear end were the limiting factors for him during the Dutch GP. He finished 5th on the road but was relegated to 8th thanks to a 5-second penalty for an unsafe release, having not had the pace in the closing stages to build a big enough gap to preserve his position. "It's in race pace that we are missing," said Sainz. "I'm not happy with how the car felt in the race. It was super tricky to drive, we were always fighting the rear a lot, we had a lot of tire overheating. We need to find why the car is not as strong in the races as it is in qualifying." Charles Leclerc, who finished 3rd at Zandvoort, echoed the concerns about race pace. He felt he was competitive on soft rubber at Zandvoort, but slower than expected on the mediums and hards. "Everybody is obviously improving, but in the last races we've been struggling a bit more in race pace," said Leclerc. "Now Mercedes is also in the fight and they are very quick, especially on the harder compounds, at Zandvoort. Our pace on the soft was really good at the beginning. We had used tires, Max was on new, so I think the difference was more or less what we expected. But then, on the new medium, we were slower than expected. What has Ferrari done that has impacted the F1-75's pace? If we take a thorough analysis of Ferrari's performance this situation, we can witness that they have performed exceptionally on the season start, even Charles overtaking Max 3 times on track. But after Paul Ricard, Red Bull started to dominate on track performance, especially on race day. An investigation regarding this problem was carried out by an Italian magazine recently. Ferrari's first problem now is the pace. That in Zandvoort was insufficient for the 3rd time in a row, after Budapest and Spa-Francorchamps. Not just to be able to keep up with Red Bull, but also to leave Mercedes behind. On the single lap, with soft tires, the problem can be masked. The analysis must start from the consideration that the floor has been changed on the F1-75 cars ahead of the French Grand Prix. And, except for the pole position at Paul Ricard, the decline began from there. This may be the explanation, more than the dreaded Technical Directive 39 which came into force after the holidays, in Spa-Francorchamps, to limit the bouncing, one of the major issues of these new ground effect cars. In fact, the problems had already emerged in Hungary, when the Technical Directive 39 was not yet applied. A couple of races before that moment, in Zandvoort, Gazzetta dello Sport pointed out. This magazine has done this review based on upgrades Ferrari has brought to the F1-75 and the relative performance comparisons. This does make perfect sense, as it was evident that to reduce the bouncing, Ferrari brought in a new floor to Paul Ricard. We do not have a visual of the new floor, but according to theory, Venturi channels are revised and vanes on the floor might have been altered for much smoother airflow, reducing the bouncing. But this could have caused a loss in downforce, which can result in the pace deficit of the F1-75. What do you think is causing this pace deficit, especially race pace deficit of the Ferrari F1-75? Let us know in the comment section below. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you like this video, and subscribe to Overtake Fans, which is so important to get our content out to more people. If you are interested in Formula 1, click on the video box showing on your screen now, and I will see you there.